Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Ladybug Lotus, and I'm on today. So happy I was able to get on before the day's over because it is a full moon. It's a full moon in Libra, and it's a powerful full moon. Today's April 5th. Personal number for the day is 7. Just like the year. So you got 2 sevens going on right there. And I'm going to just let y'all know the number for me today, my personal number for today is 11, which is the same number for me for the year. My master number 11, that is my numerology for the year, this year. So I'm on duty. So hey y'all, I was not originally planning to do a video today, right? I wasn't. I was planning to chill. Usually when it's full moon, I just like to chill and relax and just kind of like allow my body's system and my mind, my heart, my soul, everything to just, kind of just relish in the energy. Many people do all kind of different things on full moon. I mean, if anything's coming through for me, like in terms of downloads to journal and write about, like anything, revelations, illuminations, things like that, information, I'll journal and all that. So I was doing that, of course, when I woke up today. It just felt so good. It was raining. It was storming, actually. I forgot it was storming earlier. Um, so I just was like, first I was listening to some YouTube videos, which I've been doing a lot of lately. And but I was listening to the rain and the storming, and it just all I could think was, gosh, it sounds so yummy. It just feels so yummy. It sounds so nice. I just wanted to listen to it. So I was just laying in my bed and I was just writing and journaling everything that was coming to mind. Okay, because I'm a vessel for the divine. All right. And it's a lot going on. Let me let y'all know that there is a lot going on energetically. I think I shared some information, I think on my last video about, I think it was my last one recently. Time is so away from me right now. But think I shared something regarding like how I know I'm undergoing like a super significant transformation right now. I'm in the thick of it, going through some refinement right now. So I'm gonna let you know when I decided, okay, I'm gonna do this video, I did not know exactly like, okay, what's the segment, internet, what's the I don't know. I just know I got some declarations to make public and to put out there as I'm in this energy, this very, very magical, potent energy of today. There's been so much revelation coming through for me today. Well, yeah, today, but then like, how can I say? Oh, there it is. Perhaps, not perhaps. I'm kind of channeling. So it ain't no perhaps. It's I've been distracted. There's been a significant distraction that's had my attention for most of today. Okay? But I've been in this disillusioned state of mind and perspective of this distraction. I'm telling y'all, this transformation refinement process is not a joke. Like, there's so much I realized today about my life, about my history, about my identity, about everything I've gone through, the reasons as to why. So freaking much. I don't need to go into detail. All I really want to do is make it clear that not just me, but all of you out there who are here with a special purpose attached to you, because I'm not the only one. There are many of us here on this earth with purpose, assignments, callings, duties, uh, in relation to our path of us just existing on this earth. Um, so for all of you, I like to call us agents of heart. You know, we're here authentically. You know, we're here with pure energy flowing through our bodies for real. You know, we're targeted. You know, so I'm talking to you when I let you know what I'm realizing in regards to myself. And what I've realized is the best way to utilize the energy of the full moon today, um, for the sake of this transformation and this refinement process. And, I'm going to do it. And so hopefully I can provide an example for you to do it. Usually the full moon lasts about, I think they say about 8 days. The energy of it lasts about 8 days, so you could still utilize this energy for the sake of your own transformation. This is not for the sake of some people out there, and not some people, I'm sorry, because today I've had some huge revelations come through regarding myself and who I am. It's not just some people. This world is one of wizardry. Is that how you say it? Wizardry. This world is one of I just say sorcery, which is so funny because one of my declarations came okay came through as in relation to source, but source, so now that got me want to look at sorcery, because it's but yes, sorcery, that's what came to me. So listen, I'm not somebody that's opposed to like spiritual awareness and spiritual work. Um, I'm not opposed to that. I am opposed to people using spirituality in any way, shape, or form, magic, sorcery, whatever, to harm others, to control others, to take over other people, to, yes, control. Somebody told me I'm in touch with my ancestors right now. They really letting me know, like, let them know. This is that time. Let them know. I know now my life's journey has been covered in sorcery, mind control, like through the takeover of me and my being via different systems that I've had to go through, come through, exist in, with no choice, from foster care system. I'm going to call it, I'm going to say it, through the foster care system, the courts, church, religion, all of it. Institutions set up by toxic patriarchal paradigms, by distorted beginnings, uh distorted perspectives, distorted authorities, abuse of authority. I've been utilized for other people's profit and gain, very much intangibly and tangibly. It's all come to me now. I have something inside of me that I think was born out of my heavy link to academics. while growing up. I got really good at my academics. I was really good in school with academics. I am now hearing and feeling that part of me that became very strong, like stone, like crystal inside of me, really has had me in a state of confusion and disillusionment by having me always think like, oh, like, people don't really be doing that stuff for real, for real. Like, again, I'm real spiritual, right? Like, obviously my soul, my identity in its purest form is very, very spiritual. But then I've had this extremely academic, yes, this extremely academically shaped and molded mindset and voice inside of me, or mindset and persona that has a whole voice that dumbs down that type of awareness and knowledge for real. I'm like, oh, even though I know this shit be real, yet there's this other part inside of me that will really oftentimes, and has very often up until today, no more, has often basically overwhelmed the other voice of true knowledge and awareness that this shit really exists for real. The other part of me that has been very aware that my life's journey has been very unique and different and crazy and complex, and it has all these crazy synchronicities and factors of it that make me go, what, how the hell did this happen? The details are crazy. I guess I'll have to write a book one day. But listen, y'all, today shit was coming through, and after being under spiritual attack recently, and then realizing, yes, Internet, this is real. People literally send out attacks like this to harm you, to, yes, control you, take over your mind, thus your being. Y'all have no idea the things that have occurred that have tried to clue me in. Again, been very spiritually aware, but just not very I guess still kind of naive to the fact that many people live their lives daily like this, out here performing rituals, whatever, having meetings and shit and discussions and taking notice of whomever they're passing or maybe working with now, a new face at the workplace. Oh, being assigned to them. I believe now, I know now I've had people assigned to me to get me how they wanted me and needed me. I have an extremely mystical looking, like, I guess very appealing, I just saw the image of it, the it clown drooling, like looking at my birth chart for real, which I didn't even know about astrology birth charts until the year 2018, when I started working at this particular organization that was for the service of foster youth children. And I'm gonna let y'all know that while working at this organization, I eventually picked up on my intuition telling me one day, as I'm in a meeting, a training meeting, learning about how human trafficking was increasing so greatly, and our foster youth are mainly at risk, and it was becoming big with the foster youth, being human trafficked or being trafficked. And I swear, I sat in that meeting, I sat in that room, and something spoke to me inside and was like, don't trust this system in terms of this. They doing the training. They know exactly how this shit goes down. And this shit ain't happening on such a mass scale like this, a mass level like this, without systems and institutions involved. So I continued working This is I was a part of a nonprofit organization being trained by actual governmental, an actual governmental organization who also worked with foster youth. So we were collaborative. You know, that was our relationship. But my organization was nonprofit. It was not governmental. But since we served foster youth, we worked with governmental agencies. And yes, we're trained by them very often. Just different things. But we provided service, coaching, educational guidance, stuff like that, mentoring, you know. So anyway, I've always been a youth advocate at heart, in my spirit, my soul, just an advocate, period. Especially for the underdog. Foster youth, definitely underdog. I'm a former foster youth, adopted, all that. I'm very aware. So I'll never forget that day though. I really got this intuitive feeling like we're being trained by people who involved in this shit. And guess what? Then information starts to come out about it like 2 years later. Like, yeah, government. Yeah. Like, duh. Because it's so, how is it so big of an issue? You got to have people who are empowered to make this shit go like this, for real. And the most vulnerable population, yes, kids without homes, kids without parents, kids who belong to the fucking government because they're in a court. They're what is it? Wards of the court. Yes. So basically, that's just one thing. Today, that type of thing happened for me, with me, here, alone at home by myself, me, full moon spirit. Some YouTube videos help too. I'm gonna have to start memorizing names so I can shout them out. There's like, oh, Solera Speaks. Hell yeah. Man, help me out for real. Because I was already, I get intuitively moved to question things. So I was already starting to question something earlier today in regards to my family. And I've broken off myself from a lot of my family over time because as I progress spiritually, there's just certain ties and connections that don't work for me no more because I take my spirituality and my soul's ascension that seriously. So there's a connection I still tend to that I'm like not convinced that it's to continue to be exempt for real. And I'm feeling stuff, thinking about dreams I've had recently. So I'm deciphering. But then I'm talking or communicating through text with someone who now I do believe I'm getting clarity. Distraction. The ultimate distraction for me. It's been a battle for years, on and off. Other people have come through when I'm successful in keeping myself away from this distraction. Others will come to fill in the space. I'll be all affected mentally, turn around. Eventually, I'm back connected. And, you know, trying to decipher information with this particular connection because we've reconnected and got plans that we're talking about in terms of taking this reunion further, and something isn't right. Something just ain't right. Right? So eventually I get silent. I get to myself, headphones on, you know, just okay, I just need me in spirit for real right now. I just need me in spirit. I done made so much progress. I will not continue to be fooled. I will not continue to be derailed. I will not. I declared to this person, I have no problem remaining single and celibate and continuing on my divine for my divine duty or my divine mission. I have no problem, because I do know who I am now. And I think of that scripture that says, my children perish for a lack of knowledge, a lack of remembering who we are. That is when we perish. That is when we are derailed. This whole entire life is it's magic. See, when I say magic, see, I like the concept of magic. I do. When people are using it wrong, though, that's when it becomes a problem for me. Like, so when I say magic, I don't like using it in this context, because I'm talking about something negative, and I don't think magic on its own is negative. Now, if I'm saying sorcery, now that to me sounds a little bit more like something that's like, yeah, that's what I mean. Or wizardry. I think I don't like pronouncing the word wizardry. Yes. Something ain't right. And so it's like, I'm waking up to like real life internet. Lotus, this ain't play. This ain't play. Quit allowing your mind to be placated. You know? It's real. And you serve a big purpose out here. So you got a big ass target on your back, on your forehead, on your face, your front, your side, every which way. No need to be afraid or fear, because as long as I am aware of who I am, thus I am moving in the way that I need to move based on who I am, and thus who I'm connected to in the spiritual realm, and who I know has me for real, and then why I'm here, then I'm all the way good. The only time shit really start to go left is when I'm not remembering. Because it's like a constant reminder. It's like constant reminder until that shit turns to stone. I just got philosopher's stone in my head. Till that shit turns to stone. I just heard Jesus Christ in my head. Christ, crystal. Till that shit turns to stone. It is immovable. That you know who you are, you know why you here, and ain't nobody changing that up for you for real. And and so one of the things, because it's a struggle. It's not, this ain't easy. It's not easy, because we've had our experiences. We got our chakras, we got the body memory, the cell memory, trauma. This particular connection, I was Solar speaks again. She used the perfect word, entertaining today, but in a very sincere way. Like, that's how I learned, through real, for real, sincere experiences. I'm like, this particular, connection, this has been a source of a lot of grief for me in the past. And whatever has been going on in terms of mental attacks, that shit was working, because I was forgetting. I was letting forgiveness make me forget. I'm stopping now to think, I ain't received no sincere apology for real. I'm always being made to wait to get the information that I need for secure clarity. It's been a back and forth situation for years, based off love, real love. Today I was told by this person they have an army. I've always considered this person my arch enemy. Well, after a while of realizing that we weren't allies for real. But see, sometimes I forget, and I get back into, no, that's my main ally. But today there were things said to me that made me realize I'm whole all by myself. I am whole all by myself. It don't matter who trying to trick me, lie to me. I don't care if you're my arch enemy or new enemy. I'm whole all by myself. I am complete all on my own. Because I am literally made in the image of Source, made in the image of God, made in the image of Goddess, made in the image of the Creator. Literally. If made in that image, that's the most complete image of being and existence, and I'm made in that image, I am complete. I told this person, I said, this was after, I'm gonna just be real. He'll find the video one day. I just gotta be real. This is me and my journey. There's no mercy. I was just telling another friend, like, don't have no mercy in terms of knocking people out of the way that's keeping you blocked from your dreams, for real. So I'm taking my same advice, because thank God for this journal I bought a while ago. Yeah, a long time. So sometimes I still got a lot of pages though. Huge journal, so beautiful. I love it so much. I like got it for myself as a birthday gift some years back, and something told me as I went into my silence to make sure that I'm right, you know, in my spirit with this whole situation, because these are like big plans and ideas that we're discussing and I'm considering for real. I stepped back and found a helpful video on YouTube by Solara Speaks. I'm listening to her and she's so fucking tapped in, and I just love it, and I'm thankful for her guidance and her duty, her service. So then I go and I'm going through my old like tote box that got some old things in there, including this big journal. So I haven't used this big journal in over a year. And so I go and I pull it out, and I'm going through my pages of stuff that I had written down before, and it's all coming back to me. Things that I had already realized before. This is what I'm saying though. There's this for real, mind control thing is real out here. It is so fucking real. And I don't know. I often just will again psych myself out, or that's the mind control, but will make myself think like I'll end up thinking somewhere like, oh, maybe it's a load of crap. No, it's not. It's not. I now realize shit, the movies and everything that like the messages that come through, they really be like, we really be in this shit for real. And some people have big roles and abilities, and so are like really sought after and targeted and just go through a lot of shit for real, and I'm one of them. And I've had friends kind of try to clue me in sometimes, and I know that be the divine trying to work, you know, and I got so inducted into like academics in a real way. Like I focused through school. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do nothing. So they had my whole mind. And to this day, I still say, you know, I just told I call him my distraction. I just told him today, or the distraction. I don't want to claim it as my own, you know, but I was like, yeah, I'm an empress. And he's like, but of what is the question? And for me, that was a clue. I'm like, it don't really got to be a question, but I responded, and eventually I said, of my own mind, of my own person, wherever I am, whatever, you know, like as my reach expands, in terms of my divine duty, that's what I'm empress of. Like, you know, but starting with my own mind, heart, body, soul. Like I don't have to not be that just because I'm not standing next to a man. First of all, empress is complete. A woman is complete. female is complete. There was some conversation coming through about, well, well, all women aren't queens, or something like that. And it's like, why are you so obsessed about women though? For real. Like, so, and it's funny I just used that word because he's obsessed with me. So he says, right? And like I've known for several years, several years, right? Um, Obsessed with me. But now I realize it ain't me for real. It's the power that comes with me because of who the fuck I am, that I'm like just now really becoming for real hip to in the most real way. He's known since I think he first laid eyes on me or something. Because some people out here, they just got it. They got that sight, or they're a part of groups. Then they get together. They know the tools and resources to figure that out. Like I just told y'all, I didn't know about astrology until 2018. I was 28 years old. Like I knew about horoscopes, but that ain't nothing. Talking about your astrology birth chart, that's when you really start to go deep. Tarot cards and oracle readings and all that. I didn't know about none of that till I was 28 years old. 28. I think I started seeing tarot card videos on YouTube it was like the end of 2017. But then like it was the following year because I had coworkers that I met starting this new job that I had started in 2018, and they were all about all of that. And I'm like, oh, this shit is interesting because I love learning about people for real and myself, the whys behind things and stuff like that. So like, I didn't grow up I grew up when I was younger. Like I said, I was in church, took church real seriously, just thought it was all praying and singing and believing God. And no, people be on some shit for real, y'all. Like the baptisms, all of it. The shit is cloaked in illusion, or at least our eyes. And so again, this is the era of revelations. So it's time. It is time for declarations of, who you are. Like, who are you for real? If this is the phase of life for you too, like, because we all be in different phases of our journey. I know. So I just got to put mines out there. And so when I was sitting here and I'm realizing like, damn, I might be slipping in terms of, staying my path because he might be getting me. He might be getting me. This is somebody that I got a lot of love for real, a lot of heart for, a lot of dreams that we've talked about creating together and things that we've started to create together. And, but at the end of the day, the center point is who I am. And that will always be on an individual level. Who I am is not defined by who else is in my life. Who I am is defined by before I got here and was born. Who was I? Where did I come from? Like that. Before I had a name. Who was I? That's who I am. So the day I was sitting here and I'm like, oh, I need to make this clear energetically. This is how I make things clear energetically. Some people, I do music and all that sometimes too, but I speak. Before anything else, I was a speaker. I speak. I will talk. I will. They used to tell me in church I should do oratory. That's when I learned that was like, oh, it's like a study for real, like speaking. But so I'ma speak and I'ma say what it is. And I'm going to utilize this full moon energy for that benefit to put that out there, because currently my phone is on do not disturb, so I am not continuing to be distracted by distractions who are looking to derail me from my course is moving forward. This transformation situation has not been a game. It's not even just been internal. It's been very external too. Very external too. So I've been connecting with my spiritual guides for real, my ancestors, identifying folks by name, almost hearing almost hearing them speak to me for real on the inside. Just moved to do things around my home that I then turn around and realize, oh, that's protective. That's protective energy. And I don't even know it. I'm moving off of intuition as I'm listening to like uplifting stuff and encouraging information from other people who are on similar journeys, and now I'm realizing like I got an important role on this earth for real. I always have, and people knew it when I was born. People know it when you born. People know it when you born, and this is what I don't like. People know it when you born, and then they look to find different ways to get you, to use you. Oh man, I don't like that. So that's why I'm here, because we shutting that shit down. Somebody's born and they a special being. What we gonna do? We're gonna encourage them to know their specialty. We're gonna encourage them to know why they are so special, why they might feel like they go through so much, why they feel like maybe they're so highly sensitive compared to everybody else around them. Baby, it's because you got a purpose attached to you, on you. It's okay. It's all right. We here for you. We taking you under our wing for real. We are going to embrace you and surround you in love and care and protection. And you are with the divine. You are of the divine. You have angels and ancestors that love you. If you ever feel like you're alone, all this shit, because that ain't been mine. That hasn't been mine. I was born into and then adopted into two different families for the sake of what my value would bring them. Now, what I realize, everything is spiritual. I always say that anyway. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Well, now I realize that shit more than ever. My whole life's journey has been a fucking spiritual war. It has been a part of, or at the center of, a spiritual war. So there have been spiritual entities, or we are all of entities. I'm still like unraveling how to articulate my new awareness of things. Like it'd be like it makes sense on the inside, then I try to turn it into words, and then I can't. So I'll wait till that's possible for certain things. But what I can say is, like, there, it's basically how the Bible say, like, the basically the battle, the war, it's not flesh and blood. It's spiritual. It's spirit. So yes, like whatever spirit then that I embody, an entity that I embody or was before I got here, is in war, has been in war with, or in war with other spiritual entities that have followed me, targeted me, been after me through my families, so by working through my families, by working through my friends, my lovers, my jobs and coworkers and bosses and supervisors and strangers and neighbors, and but it's not nothing to fear, because all of it is for a purpose. Again, shout out to Solar Speaks. I am about to really like be drinking up her information through her channel, but it's so helpful to, in like filling in pieces that have been like missing, and clear helping me clear confusion, and helping me remember things that I already had realized before, and then somehow, some way, forgotten. That's why I say it's a constant reminding situation, constant reminder. Even growing up, I used to always say, like, I'm so forgetful. I be forgetting stuff. But y'all, I've been sitting here going over my life, like all the different times I was sick, like for what and how, and what was that illness anyway? You know how many times I've gone to the doctor because I was literally sick, even just like recently, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with you. We didn't find anything. We ran your blood. Everything's normal. We don't know what you want us to do. I'm like, what? I, huh? Many times, even when younger. many times, and then everything just started to make sense. And I was quick to point the finger at like one person, right, as the main culprit. And maybe her vessel may have been the main culprit, and I'm not even gonna give her a pass. No, because your vessel becomes used in ways by the way you choose to operate. Like, we have choices that we can make for real. We have conscience that we can either acknowledge or ignore, right? So, yeah, but there is a main person in my life, and it's cool though. It's cool because the way you beat it, the way you beat, I just thought of Michael Jackson. That was crazy because I thought of him earlier. The way you beat that shit is by knowing who you are. That's it. You ain't gotta, you really ain't got even gotta exert no force. Know who the fuck you are, and don't be letting nobody let you forget no more. And I'm talking literally to myself. I'm talking to you if you're listening to me. Know who you are, and I'm talking spiritual. If you don't know, or if you find yourself, you keep forgetting, if you find yourself getting distractions, listen. One thing that I've been doing, I put on the frequency, my frequency music, or I would just type into YouTube frequency music. I really don't want to tell you what frequency, because I don't want things to become distorted. Just feel out what frequency works best for you, or maybe what frequency is speaking to you. Like, like before you go to sleep, just kind of send out a prayer upwards, like, hey, what frequency, maybe it'll come to you in your dreams, or just pay attention to numbers around you that are coming to you over and over again. Type it into YouTube, put HZ, play it, put your headphones on, sit in silence, get a journal, maybe write down what comes to mind for you. Like, because I've been spiritual for real. I've been spiritual for real. But again, I also been highly religious at one point, well, for a while. And I also have been very academic for a long time as well. I broke out of all that shit. Like, it took time, like bit by bit. But last year when I moved across the country, I was like, I had already paused on school, but it was like, I'm getting away from the shame of all of that. Like, not, it was just a lot, but I haven't been in none of that. And so now, being outside of work, my mind is just like free. Like, being outside of work as I've known it, let me say that. My mind is free to just like relax and basically do what the system has been set up for us not to do, which is to remember who we are. That's why they keep us so busy with work. And where I am currently employed, they do a hell of a good job at keeping your ass so busy that you don't have time for this type of shit. And if you want to spend any type of social time when you off, you really ain't got no time. And Spirit has forced me to have to take time to myself. And it's for the sake, the purpose of this transformation and this refinement process, because we are literally heading into new life, new earth. That wasn't something I was really embracing before, but I can't help it. It's real. New earth, new heart, new love, new, in the Bible, I think they call it New Jerusalem. I feel like it's all the same. We're headed there for real. Like, and shit, something inside of me said, and you're a forerunner of it, Antonia. You're a forerunner, because I've always been an advocate. I've always been somebody who will step on the front lines to defend the next person for real. Like, and I guess it's really time to do that for myself by remembering and not forgetting who I am. And on top of that, declaring it, putting it out there. You put stuff out through videos like this, you sending shit out. Don't matter how many people watch it, but then when people watch it and you get all these views, that's even bigger. But even you just putting it out there for the sake of your own individual process on the inside, in your private spaces, even just putting it out there. Even if I was just to be speaking by myself, that would be doing something. But then this is next step. So then next step after that will be people actually consuming the information, maybe sharing it, and now they got it on their mind, right? Like, oh, she said she, so it's resonate, it's out there percolating, And so then it becomes much more clear to everybody that it needs to be clear to, but especially me. It'll come back to me and help me keep that in mind. Like, that's how they control us anyway, mentally, is by sending shit to our minds, and then we eat that shit up, we spit it back out, it comes right back. Like, that shit gotta get cleared up, right? And I'm a part of that mission for real. So I had to do this. I had to do this video because I was, I gotta get myself back centered, because I have been being distracted, but not, I must admit, not all the way, because I told this boy, I told him, I just called him a boy. I told him, I said, it's like, oh, not all women are queens. I'm like, yeah, true. Yeah, many women, there's many women, there's some queens, there's few empresses. I know I'm an empress. And on top of that, I feel it's a journey. There was a time when I didn't know, but that's probably for another day. Like, are you born here as something? Are you gonna journey into that identity? Like, what's up? It's very interesting. To It intrigues me to want to get into it and figure it out, because apparently this man has been aware of my power, as he calls it, since since we started talking when I was 19. I'm 33 now. And he's like, you got the power, you got all the power. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I want no power. I'm just trying to be in love. And that's been one of my problems right there. Like, in love. Like, what do you mean in love? Boo, you are love. You are love. That's the declaration right there. Like, I am love. I am love. Right? I am empress at this point in my life, embodying all of the different queens energy, because I'm mastering mind, heart, what is it, mind, heart, my actions, behaviors, that energy, and then also my energy of, yes, receiving. So yes, empress, I am goddess. Why? Because goddess is the ultimate source, right? Because it's feminine creator energy. It's the ultimate start of it all. From that we get Father God, right? Mother Goddess, Father God. That's it. It goes like that. And so if I'm embodying any part of that, embody any part of that pluralistic divine entity and being, I'm a woman, so I'm embodying goddess. So I am goddess. I am divine because I embody the divine. I was created in the image of the divine, so I am divine. Yes. Jesus said it himself. He's talking about him and his father, and I do believe he said me and my father are one, his, because he's male. So he's like, I'm referring to male, but women, they didn't include a whole bunch of women talk, right, in the Bible. And I think a part of that is because we connect directly with Goddess, which comes first, and they want to make it into a competition, and it's not. But I will say that I realize that as a woman, as a female, I am complete. I don't, if I want to procreate and create and give birth to a child, then that's one thing. But in regards to anything else, like, I mean, that's not a requirement for me, but in regards to anything else, like, I'm complete, I'm whole. And even if I do want to have a kid and create, I mean, I don't need a whole lot to do that. It's not that hard, right? So, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's not hard in terms of raising. I'm just saying in terms of just making a baby. It ain't that hard. Okay, so I am solo and successful. So when I was sitting here trying to get my clarity back and get my power back and maintain my hold of my power, right, on my energy and my centering and grounding myself, what came through, I was led to write down solo. I am solo because, yes, and at the end of the day, even if I'm with someone, I am still an individual. I am still single in myself. Oh my gosh. That just came through right now, y'all. Y'all don't even, wow. That just came through right now. It don't matter if you're paired up with someone, you are still a single individual, a single being. Yes, You are. You are. Yes. So still, because that concept of singular, like single and singular and solo and like all that's been kind of percolating in my head, you know. So a part of me is like, I don't need to be getting in no relationship, da, da, da. But even if I did, I am still a single individual, because I'm single. I'm one. I don't become two. I remain one. And so I guess that's something for me to get into, start learning about. But that just started coming as a download for me. Because even in the Bible, it says if your eye is single, then the light, something like that. Like it's a good, it's a good thing. It's not bad. And so I do feel like that is talking about maintaining your single focus path, duty, mission. Even if you pair up with someone else, you know, in relationship, partnership, collaboration, still at the end of the day, who are you? And maintain the knowledge and awareness of that, and thus the work and duty and progression of all that comes with that identity. I always been low-key obsessed with the word I, like the letter I, and then like I, and then like I, right? Like I'm obsessed with wordplay, period. So I am abundant already. I think I said something the other day, or like one of my other videos, like, yo, if you look at my bank account, you probably won't agree with it. No, it ain't about that. That's, you see, it's all these illusions. They think that, they make us think that it starts with what we're seeing, but that's the that no. It starts within. It starts within. You know how abundant I feel, and I just stopped there. But the abundance that I feel inside, the wealth that I feel inside, in terms of me and my being and what I possess within, has never been so full and overflowing. So then my duty in that is to own that, and then not let anything else on the outside, maybe a look at my bank account that don't really agree with that feeling, right? And then make me forget that feeling again. Forgetting, gotta stop forgetting. And this is one reason why I'm not smoking weed no more. That shit don't do nothing but literally steal my thoughts. And I only started doing it to relax and figure and see, oh, maybe because I have mental health, a history of mental health challenges, right? So, but I've never been like on medication. And so my thing was, okay, well, maybe I'll try out medical, and it steals my thoughts, steals my mind, takes them right from me. And I don't like that. I grew up being academic. Oh, I got 2 degrees. I don't like that shit. Like, where did it? Hell no. No. And then on top of that, I'll be honest with y'all, I think it opens us up to entities that we didn't mean to invite inside of us and just jack us the hell up. So I'm just saying, I never been against it really, but these days I would support being against it, just because I would say, especially if you already have a traumatized mind. I'm gonna just say that. I've seen people do very well in life, like, regularly smoking or whatever. It helps them. But I think some of us, maybe because we have, our brains are different, maybe because of trauma, maybe because of some genetic situation, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So anyway, what else? I am whole. I'm already whole. I am complete. I am love. I wrote it down. I'm looking at my journal. I am aware. I am all knowing. Because why? Because source and creator is all knowing, and I'm made in the image of that. So I'm all knowing, and owning that will allow me to be all knowing, so that nobody can get nothing past me no more. Because I got such a history with naivety. It ain't even funny. But it's cool, because that's been my journey, and naivety has allowed me to maintain my grip on love, maintain my embodiment of love, because I often just get right back into loving for real, even after being hurt. Like, I just bounce right back to, okay, well, I'm gonna try again. It's all right. I'm gonna keep on loving, and I'm gonna love myself. And I'm, like, that's me for real. So, but there has to be wisdom, with that. So I claim I am wisdom. I am wisdom. So listen, declare who you are, especially on a day like today, a night like tonight, over the next 8 days. Shit, make a mantra. I am. Yes, this is what I am. I know who I am, and I'ma always be who I am and what I am, regardless of who I'm linked up with, regardless of what I'm doing with somebody else, where I'm working, who, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I've had to realize, because I'll be ready to lose my identity in a relationship. I'm gonna just be honest. I'll be ready to lose myself, just go. I do. But then I think what's always happened is my soul and spirit be like, hey, hell no, and like shake me up out of shit. So then I always have, like, I always end my relationships. I'm always wanting to end them. And so I've just thought I have a problem or something, like, what the hell's wrong with me? But it's just a matter of these different parts inside of me being so, they're like strangers to each other, and it's time to bring their asses all together and unite them. So with that, even because I've been talking about unity in relation to like uniting with another person who is like meant for me and stuff. And now I'm realizing, nah, it's about uniting my parts on the inside, so that ain't no more cracks in between these parts, ain't no more gaps. We securing those gaps, right? We securing those gaps, filling up them voids, right? So that, anybody looking to target me, aim at me, get at me, take control of me, because of those gaps and voids, which is the shit that I don't like. Like, that shit is not cool to me. That's what I'm against for real. Like, you're taking advantage of people because they're in need, instead of just deciding to assist them or stay away from them. So but yeah, due to those gaps, those voids, being targeted because of those things, like, nah, like, we filling those up, we healing those up, we sewing those up, you feel me, stitching them up, whatever the fuck we gotta do. Because yeah, that shit that get through, that's like infections, right? It's like infections. It's like if you have a scar or something and it ain't closing up, it can get infected. If it don't get sealed up, you don't get stitches and stuff, right? So yeah, it's like, it's crazy because I just saw an image of the sun. Somebody brought my attention to the holes that's forming in the sun. Listen, y'all. But everything's spiritual. Everything's spiritual. You, as a divine being, a being made in the image of the divine, whether you're male, whether you're female, you just took on one physical image or the other, but then internally, I'm gonna speak for women. I do believe maybe it's the same for men. I'm a woman. I'm gonna speak for women. You have the ability to be whole all on your own within. And I just heard, yes, it's the same for all of us. The physical is just another way to look at it. I'm a woman. You're a man. We unite. And they say we become one. What about the inside of you as an individual before you're trying to unite with another? Are you one within, all on your own? Because you can be. You can be. So that's what I'm working on now. Being one within, all on my own. And claiming that, owning it, declaring it. I am whole. I am one. All on my own. Complete. Healed up, filled up. So much that I'm abundant. For real. And I am not in need of another in order for me to be complete, or in order for me to fulfill my duty here on earth as a soul, a being. No. The duty is an assignment. Who I am is my identity. That's who I am. That is where we start. That's where we finish at the end of every day. Wake up, who are you? When you eat, who are you? When you life Jennings, when you drink your bottle of water, who are you? Take a shower, who are you? Listen to music, who are you? Journaling, who are you? Taking a nap, who are you? Walking, going grocery store, who are you? Going to sleep, definitely when you're going to sleep. Close them channels up with I am da 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 da. So this has been my full moon illumination, and thus now my declaration in order to make sure I'm doing what I need to do for me and letting everybody know that I know. I know now. So I'm good. I'm great. All right, man. Thank y'all for listening. I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet. We'll see what come to mind as I'm putting it all together. But definitely it's due to the full moon. It's due to the full moon in Libra. And, on April 5th. I know I started this a little late, so it might not even upload until the next day, like after midnight my time, but it's cool. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for visiting my channel. Till next time.